Hi, I'm Marysol. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm planning for the week of the 22nd through the 28th. Is it? I'm not sure. And it's the first week of fall, and I say first week of fall, but it's the first day of fall. And so I just want to come here and plan. I was hoping to get this done this week, and when I say this week, like I'm saying, I thought I would have it done before today, but as you can see, I'm a little behind. I will be taking some time off this weekend, and hopefully I can get all up to date with my After the Pens. But today we are going to be using Postcards 5 from Planners Anonymous, and this is our trip to Canada. Yes, there's something here that doesn't belong. Yes, this. All right. So, anyways, we're going to be using this. I took out a whole bunch of stuff. I thought to add a little bit of these textured stuff. I also am going to do some lettering in this video, but first I am going to speedy this up just because I'm really short out of time today, and talking through a video might not be my best idea right now. So we're gonna do a speedy up video. I hope you guys like it. So please stay tuned and watch some more. All right, so I start with adding some pieces. This is basically some textured paper, and I have a lot of textured paper around, so I decided to use that with this theme. This is Postcards 5 from Planners Anonymous, and it's basically we're traveling to Canada. So I would typically use my Tombow at permanent adhesive, but I've been doing a lot of scrapbooking, a lot of junk journaling, and so I've been going through a lot of tape. I decided to go ahead and buy some glue. I see a lot of people, including like Mary Ellen, using the Yoo-hoo brand. So I started using it. I do have to say, however, I don't know if I really like it as much. I am really saturating my paper and I'm seeing that it's lifting up. So it could just be me, the problem, but honestly, I was having to go back and glue a lot of these pieces back on. And that's happened a lot. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of junk journaling and like scrapbooking stuff. So yeah, I don't know, it's not working out. So here I am. At this point, this is another time, and I don't know if I just didn't hit record again when I came back, and I started lettering and then realized that it wasn't recording. But you'll get to see how I lettered the other side. Again, I started off using the Crayola Super Tip in black, but it didn't look very pigmented. And that's when I grabbed my Stabilo 68, and I just love how it looked. In fact, I actually use the Stabilo 68 to letter on everything. So I used the brown, a yellow, and I do have to say the yellow is pretty bright on my pages, and I was a little I didn't know exactly how that would look. After outlining it and finishing up my pages, there are some very bright details of yellow on those ripped pieces that I added from Planners Anonymous stickers page, and I feel like it just brought it together. I also feel like summer is very like yellowy bright, like sun, right? So I feel it was fitting for this quote to use that very bright yellow. I wish I would have used a more muted one, but taken those small yellow details on that smush paper, I think it actually goes very well. and just gives it a nice, cute, special touch. Now, my lettering here isn't perfect, and it wasn't meant to be perfect. It was kind of meant to be a little doodly. Now, I don't know if that's what I accomplished. So I went back in with my Muji 0.38 and did a little bit of outlining, and I really didn't do a whole lot of outlining. I just did a little bit kind of like a shadowing, but because that first part where it says and all at once was really close, I don't know, you can't really tell. The collapse into looked a lot better to me. I should have also gone in with a little bit of white to kind of give it like a little glowy look, but honestly, when I took the pictures and I looked at it, I was like, oh, it really looks cute, even though those, I really didn't do a good job at doing the outline. I made it look a little more scratchier than I was intending to, and then at that point, I had to continue. And I thought I was using my Muji point 0.8, but it seems like I'm using my Shakura uh, Pigma Micron, and I think this is the 003 because it's the finest one that I could find and wanted to use to do the outline. Now, like I said, it really doesn't look all that great from here. I do have to say, in the pictures, after everything is decorated, it kind of brought it all together. And then I should have at like kind of three dots, like, and all at once, three dots, but I didn't. I might go back now that in the after the pen and do that. But other than that, I love this quote. I think it turned out really cute. The lettering. I showed it to my girls, and my girls agree that it was really cute. They even said they thought it was a font, and I just like cut it and glued it on. And I told them no, that I actually had lettered it, and they were really impressed. I guess I don't know. I have teenagers, so it's really hard to impress my girls, and when I ask them for their opinion about something, and they're like, they don't say, "Oh, how impressed, mom! How impressing, mom!" But they do say little things like, "Oh, mom, that turned out really good. It doesn't even like you can't even tell that that's you lettering it." So I don't know. It's kind of their subtle way of saying that they're impressed, which I always like and enjoy. Isabella, it's so interesting. Isabella knows that like my videos, and like if she goes on YouTube and like she sees my hands, she'll say, "Oh, that's you, mommy. That's you." So that's interesting. But like she doesn't really know all that I do on YouTube, or at least I don't think she does. So here I'm just adding a few little touches to that, and I do add the person that did this quote belongs to, which is Oscar Wilde. Wild, I think it is. And I add the quotation marks on there. I should have done a better job before the and, but I don't know what I was thinking. So here I am. I'm just adding a few boxes and okay, so here I'm just adding that double box on the side. It's that kind of mustardy yellow, and I'm going to add a kind of long box on the sidebar for my gratitude. Now, I say long box, but these are boxes from Planners Anonymous, and I use a big, so they're not really long, but you get the gist. They're long boxes. So now I'm just adding some leaves around my quotes just to bring the theme together. I add that flower there because the texture paper that I use doesn't go all the way to the bottom, and I needed something to kind of mask that there was nothing under it. So I thought the flower would give it a nice touch, and it actually did. I do have to say that I am loving layering a lot of things in one area. It really just gives your pages a nice touch. So I've been doing a lot of layering, which is not my usual go to, but sometimes I get in these funks that I just want to layer a, a lot of things together. And then when I look at it, it just looks really cool. So that's what I did here. I am going to add some boxes and some circles just for something different. And I had some glue on my pages, so I'm just grabbing my glue eraser. That is my go-to when I do these scrapbooking stuff. So just, get a glue eraser if you do a lot of junk journaling because it's going to save you a lot of time and hazards and headache. So I added some line there because if you know, you know. I love lines in my spreads. I feel like lines just give it such a cute special touch. And so, yeah, I really like it. I am going to add some boxes to Wednesday and another circle there. Uh, and I'll probably use that for a Tuesday box. I was hoping to find some headers for my list and my lines, but I did not. So I might use something in boxes and add some headers, or I may not. Kind of all depends. I can also write directly on the page. So I could do that too if I wanted to. So here I am adding a little bit of this washi, and I have to say this washi is so, I love this washi. I think it's just so cute and so autumn feel that I just love it. And I'm not sure, would you consider this plaid or gingham washi? I'm not sure. I would say gingham, but, and I don't even think I'm saying that right. Gingham. Okay, don't know. All right, so now I'm just using one of Planner's Anonymous themes for their week headers and covering up the days of the week just to bring a little bit of that color up onto the top part of the pages. I do that a lot when I'm using Planner Anonymous kits because they add so many week headers and a lot of things that I just want to use all the things right in my planner, but also to bring it's a really good way of bringing a lot of the color on the pages up to that top part because then it just looks really bare. And personally, I don't like it when it looks all bare. So I do like that this brings that a touch of color up to the top pages. So now I'm just going to add some more of Planner's Anonymous washi, and I'm just using the really thin one. I want to say this is the 5 millimeter one, and I just added a little bit on top of the gingham, and I don't remember what I do after this, if I'm being honest, because I feel like this is when I lost whatever footage. So I probably am looking for decorations, decor, more boxes to add on to this plan with me. Okay, and this is where I apparently lost the footage. Okay, congratulations to Pens and a Plan for winning the giveaway. And now we are back. So, first of all, I want to apologize. This is like the third time that I've done this month, and basically I think I turn on my camera and I'm pretty sure I do, and for some reason it turns off and doesn't finish recording the plan with me. So you guys were able to see how I did this page and I lettered over here, but then you don't get to see the rest of the plan with me. So I just added some line here. I really didn't leave myself a whole lot of room on Sunday. As you can see, I only have this little bit. So I think I'm going to use this box for Sunday. I don't have a box, or I can use this circle for Saturday, or I might just divide this box and then have this for this half of this box and this for Saturday, and then half of this box and this little area here for Sunday, because I got carried away with the design and really didn't account that I had put this here. I was already going to put the quote down here. So maybe I should have done this a little bit more smaller to leave some space, but nonetheless, I think it turned out pretty. I love how it actually looks. It's my kind of spread. It's very full already, and I feel that once I start writing in it, it's going to be amazing. I started with a Crayola super tip, but it wasn't dark enough, so I went in with my Stabilo 68. Let me see. Yes, my Stabilo Pen 68 brush. This is like one of my favorite brushes, and I don't use it enough, but every time I use it, I love it. So I went in with this one, and then I lettered this with my other Stabilos, and I just love how this looks, and I love how this turned out. If like, I love everything about it. What else? I added the washi tape. I had put this washi tape here, but then when I finished this side, I had not added the washi tape, and I came back and added a few pieces here and here. The other thing that I did was just add some more leaves around. I didn't even cut this, which I would have to, I'm gonna cut that in a minute. But let's see. I think it turned out beautiful. I really love this week. It's perfect to kind of start the, I don't know, fall season. I really love how it looks. It's kind of scrapbooky. It's kind of not. I know this is like random here, but I'll add some other stuff on this side. I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't know what else I could add because it's very full, but I think for how my week has been going, or my weeks, I think this is perfect. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching what you were able to see that was recorded. If you would like to see, mm, I don't know, other things, please let me know. I know I do a lot of lettering, and I mean, I do a little bit of like planning, but I don't know what else or what other things you'd like to see. So please let me know in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this plan with me. If you've subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please consider subscribing, and I will see you on the next one.